Baines here, Great Lakes Commons Map. Today I just happened to be cycling on Lake Erie, and I'm actually in Port Stanley. I've met a local fisherman named Derek. I want to ask him a couple questions maybe around fishing in Lake Erie. So here we are, we're in his backyard here. So hey Derek, maybe just tell us what you do here in Port Stanley.
Hi, I'm Derek Weaver. I'm a commercial fisherman. I'm a third generation commercial fisherman. I'm in Port Stanley. My grandfather started fishing and his brothers in the 1940s. So our family's been fishing this lake for a long time, since the 1940s. We're gill netters. We use gill nets. We have 3 boats. 2 of them we use. They're both about 75 feet long by 24 feet. Well, we're on that lake from as soon as the ice is off of it in March until almost Christmas. So we're out there in all kinds of weather, in storms and flat weather in the summer. We leave in the mornings well before sunrise. We try to get to our nets by sunrise, so we'll leave anywhere from 3:30 to 5:30 in the morning to go pull our nets. We come back each day with our catch. We come into the harbor, unload our catch, and it gets shipped to a processing plant. Yeah, it's actually a pretty rewarding way to live, you know.
How much fish are we talking about here?
We will catch this year around 170,000 pounds of yellow perch, just our boat. Like in one day we can catch from 1,000 to 3,000 pounds of fish, give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because you sell in Toronto and interact with a lot of customers, what would you say are some of the biggest, misinformation or just blind spots for people that around fish in the Great Lakes or fish in Lake Erie?
Yeah, since I've been selling fish at a farmer's market, I have talked to a lot of people. A lot of people think that the lake is polluted and they shouldn't eat the fish out of the lake, which is not true. In the past, Lake Erie was severely polluted, I believe in the 1970s. It has come a long way in its rehabilitation. But people feel like they're disconnected from where they live. They don't realize that the water that comes out of their kitchen tap it's the same water that the fish live in, that the rain that comes down on the food they eat, it's all connected, it's all one and the same, that if the ground around them is contaminated, then they're contaminated, and they need to fix where they live in order to be healthy. So that's kind of my take on it, but it's hard to say that to people.
So on that fix sort of angle, how do you see this as one small part of the larger solution to keeping a vibrant Lake Erie and Great Lakes and local economies for the next 100 years, perhaps?
Well, I think people need to realize that if the environment that they live in is healthy, then they are healthy, that their health is dependent on it and they're not separate, that they can't. People seem to think that they can do whatever they want to the earth, to use it for their financial gain or just whatever, and that they have no connection to it, but they don't realize that. And I think once people do realize that in order for people to be healthy and happy, that where they live needs to be healthy. And I think that by connecting with their food source from the people who produce it, and also with the waters and the lands that they live around, that they will start to care more and will be far more apt to do something about it.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add? Things you want to say to the people about Great Lakes and about Lake Erie and fishing?
No, it's a nice way to live. It's nice to be able to make a living off of the land. Yeah, and I appreciate what I've been given and what's been left to us, and I hope that we don't screw it up.